A lot of times you could be right on the money. You could be right on the brink of something, and you can give up 3 feet from gold. This is major. Don't sleep on what you got going on. You're creating and building a fortune. There is a book called 3 Feet from Gold. Sharon Letcher is one of the co-authors. I don't know why I always remember the co-author's name first, but it's from the Napoleon Hill Foundation, and it's a book called 3 Feet from Gold. The thing about, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because there's a story that he talks about a particular person. It's a real life story. So I'm going to share it with y'all because for a lot of you, this is the particular situation that you're in. You're 3 feet from gold. There was a man, when they had the gold rush in the West, he went to the West and he dug and he actually found some gold. So he came back, he sold a lot of things that he owned, and he got everything that he needed to dig for gold, because he's like, look, I found a gold mine. I'm about to go ahead and get this gold. So he goes and he spends his resources. He's digging and digging and digging and digging. Come to find out, he's like, you know what? I can't find any more gold. I give up. It's enough is enough. Another person comes behind him, and instead of just digging and digging and digging, he hires a professional expert who understands how gold mines work in the earth. So this guy hires a professional to come check it out. He ends up digging. Come to find out, the man who gave up and spent all his resources on that adventure was literally 3 feet from gold. Think about that. Think about, you've been digging away, you've been working, you've been toiling, and you was 3 feet away from the money? You was this close? He ended up taking that as a lesson. That was a hard pill to swallow for some of you. You've taken those types of losses. You know what it feels like to just have something snatched from you, or an opportunity that you was right there, but you just let slip through your fingers, or you let somebody else end up doing something that you was destined to do or had the idea first, and you just left it alone too early, and then the whole thing or the whole industry ends up blowing up. Some of you know that feeling, and you've already been through that for a reason to not go through it again. Even with this man who ended up being 3 feet from gold and not being able to take advantage of that investment, he took that as a life lesson and he applied that moving forward, and he eventually found success elsewhere. But that's a very harsh lesson to learn, and some of you have learned that. For those of you listening to this message, when I tell you you are 3 feet from gold, some of you, it seems like you've been in a desert, things that you've been trying to do, it hasn't been working out, or it's been minimal. Maybe you get a little bit of water, maybe you find a little cactus, but you haven't found the oasis, you haven't found the rain. You are doing something or getting ready to tap into something that's like, let's say you've been knocking on, every time the Most High gives me this particular vision, it's like, picture if you just have like a wall, right? It could just be like a brick wall, a natural wall, something that's just in the earth, and you're walking, and every time you walk, you're chipping away like, man, I know I gotta be water on the other side of the wall, and it's nothing. And then one day you chip. This is making me think of Shawshank Redemption. Shout out to anybody who's ever seen that. If you have not seen that, I'm gonna need you to go do your homework. That means you probably Gen Z or a millennial leaning towards Gen Z. Epic movie. And if you've seen that, or even if you've talking about it lately, this could be even more confirmation for you. It's making me think of the scene where he was just chipping away for years with a small toothpick. For some of you, this is going to be a future message. Never underestimate the small things that you do every day. That's even what 30 Days to Success is about. PrettyBossCity.Academy. We'll talk about that later. Don't take the small things for granted. Even scripture tells us, when you are grateful and when you honor the small or the little, you'll be blessed with a lot. That's a paraphrase. Don't underestimate what the small things can do. Look at ants. Look at what they can build and destroy. Termites. To just give examples out there. A small toothpick thing. He chipped and chipped and chipped away for years until, boom, whole wall where he was able to do his thing. I'm gonna just keep it as that. I don't want to give spoilers for those of you who have not seen Shawshank Redemption for whatever reason, but this is the type of energy. It's like, it's something that you've been knocking at for so long. This could be success. This could be something with your physical health. Like, let's say you've had just certain health goals or physical goals that you've been trying everything. Let's say this is a relationship. This could be regarding anything, but it's something that you've been working. Spiritual gifts. It's something that you've been working towards diligently, that you've been trying over and over again. Like, no matter how many times you've been knocked down, the righteous fall 7 times and rise again, you continue to move forward. This is not the time to give up now. What do you think held you down that long? For one, the internal strength that came from where? From Yah, The Most High put that strength in you. Every time that you wanted to give up, you didn't, because that was the Most High in you continuing to push you forward. Now, the only thing that you need to use is your will. And the reason that the Most High is stepping back and allowing you to use your will is because this is where faith comes into play. Do you believe? Sometimes you got to see how things have been lined up, and you got to realize when you've been inching and heading in the right direction the whole time. Most people who are successful and have particular breakthroughs, family, especially when we're talking about huge breakthroughs, it doesn't happen overnight. You'll see people pop up on the scene like, where did this person come from? Who is this person? Da da da. But you don't know what that person has been through. You don't know the struggle. You don't know how long they've been working to achieve or get public attention for something that they've been working on for a long time. For those of you who this is for, continue to do and finish and see whatever this is to completion. Continue to stick to your plan, because for those of you who this is, you already have a blueprint. Even in my mind, you already have a business plan. Even if this is not about business and it's a physical goal or something that you've been working on, you already have it mapped out. See it all the way to the end. You are getting ready to tap into a fortune. You're not even 3 feet from gold. At this point, you're 3 inches. Same difference, because if you're digging for gold with a big machine, 3 feet ain't nothing. That's like barely anything. That's a meter. You're right there. If you would like confirmation on this particular prophetic message, or if you just like a prophetic message in general, or if you'd like to talk to me about anything, feel free to book a personal with me on PrettyBossTV.com. I'm always delighted and honored to serve all of you. Thank everybody who has booked with me. If you want to tap into the formula where you won't ever find yourself just being 3 feet from gold to give up and turn around, there's a course that I created just for those of you. It's called 30 Days to Success, and it's available on PrettyBossTV.Academy. Now, depending on when you see this message, you might be able to catch it for a pre-sale price. I have it for a special price for those of you who are coming across 30 Days to Success on YouTube, because this is the family, all right? So I want y'all to be able to get in on it at a pre-sale price. If you participate in 30 Days to Success, this is something that you're not just going to complete and it's like, oh, okay, we're done. This is not just a course where it's like about talking or giving you things that you can just Google on the internet yourself. This is knowledge, but then it's also a blueprint, personalized blueprint and formula for success. Even for those of you who've had access to the workbook, or if you have joined on Patreon and you participated in 30 Days to Success the way that we did it on Patreon with the podcast, this is comprehensive. This is a little bit different. Even though the skeleton of it is similar, the execution is a lot different. It's way more comprehensive. You can find that on PrettyBossTV.Academy. All of my links are below. And if you would like to join a group, a community of like-minded people, like-hearted people like yourself, and get that continual prophetic guidance daily, where we do very deep dives beyond 9 or 10 minutes, then come join us on Patreon.com/PrettyBossTV. I love you all so much. I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all willing. Peace.